girls, welcome to another episode of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, baby. You know what I'm saying? You got Word Lit out here. Hey, that's been a part of our ritual every week. The word yes sir at the beginning of every pod is crucial. But a big week for the pod, bro. It really isn't, but you know, we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide. A big week for the pod, man. Shout out to the Let's Keep It a Buck family. 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let me get a second yes sir from Wordu, man.
Yes sir.
Hey. Hey, shout out to everyone supporting us every single week. Shout out to the YouTube people especially. Shout out to the audio people. I see the numbers still, but you know, YouTube's our main platform right now. We've kind of decided on that, but we got some no guests this week, but it's all right because we got a bunch of shit to talk about. The NBA is finally back. We have games that finally count. For God's sake, thank God, man. But before we get into those topics, man, let me introduce my co-hosts. We got Wordu, we got Dom, we got Justin. Say what's up to the people, man.
What's goody?
What's good, y'all? Don't let that Lakers-Raptors game fool you, okay? Y'all want to act like the Clippers game didn't happen, but that happened too, okay?
And I got my Raptors gear on just to piss you off.
Some bullshit, man.
Who won that game? I didn't watch that one.
Killer Kyle Lowry.
Fucking Raptors when they 14 rebounds.
How you let Kyle Lowry get that many rebounds?
Y'all let 6-foot Kyle Lowry get 14 rebounds. And y'all could have, y'all should have just ran AD at the 3, bro. That could have.
Oh, really? Wow.
Don't get this nigga started. Please don't get this nigga started.
And he takes a drink from that ass.
Let y'all know Wordy's going to be pretty wild this week. He's going to be pretty wild on this one.
It's the fact he got his LA gear on, you know what I'm saying? Los Angeles worldwide. Had a low.
Wordu's world.
Never mind, law.
We out here spelling and shit.
It's a fact, bro. But,
acronyms.
How have y'all been this week, man? As I like to do every week.
Been good, man. Just thank God the NBA's back, man. Best sport in the world. Finally got something to watch. You know how close I was to watching baseball? Like I was uncomfortably close to watching baseball just because I need something.
You know what? Today I got time. Today
I got time, cuz.
It was getting close. It was between baseball and soccer, and I'm like,
I'm watching America's best pastime.
From the
culture.
50s, yeah.
It's culture. You know?
Culture.
You know how bored you gotta be to
week,
watch a whole baseball game, bro? Let alone actually go to a baseball
First of all, you can't have nothing planned to do at like the entire day to watch a whole baseball game.
There was a game I listened to this week that was, I think, 4.5 hours.
Imagine.
I was at work, so I was just.
And what was the score of that game?
I feel like baseball would be better to watch if the amount of games just wasn't so high.
Well, just don't watch all the games.
Because like you could watch an hour, you could watch like a game for 5 hours. Then by the end of it, it's just 1 out of 162. Like if it was a 5-hour game, but there were only like 30, 40 games, I feel like I'd watch it more.
That'd be dope.
Every pitch would count, but 162 for each team that's OD.
Ridiculous.
That's OD.
So especially it sounds like you would like some playoff baseball is what you're saying.
But that's the thing. The only times I watch baseball every single year is the playoffs because that's actually fun to watch. But like keeping up with all the players in the regular season, 162 games, I can't do that, bro.
Yeah, I see that. It's only 60 games this season unless your whole team has COVID, in which you are suspended indefinitely. Which I think there's 3 teams that have just gotten outbreaks so far.
Is the MLB restarting it from?
They're literally.
Oh, this is their new season, right?
They started. They're doing a 60-game season, but the thing is, they don't have any time to make up canceled games, and they've already had a bunch of games canceled because of COVID. So I don't know what they're gonna do. Like you only have 60 games. You've already missed like 5 games. I don't know. They're stupid, pretty much. So shout out the NBA for not being dumbasses and actually making sure the players aren't sick before you're playing the game.
Shout out to Adam Silver,
I mean,
too.
well, when you got a good sport, you actually maintain it.
A good sport with a good commissioner too. That's a fact.
I ain't gonna lie. Nah, there's one thing I will say about basketball. Basketball has proved yet again they are like too PC. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like look, I'm all for showing support. You know, stand with us, cool. But Jesus Christ, like these commercials that they playing, the players today are playing for championships, but they're also playing for their rights. Like nigga, I don't want to get back to the game. Like what
every time out, bro. Instead of asking what happened in the huddle, hey, Terry Stotts, bro. How do you feel about social injustice? I'm just trying to tell them to hustle more, man.
I'm like, bro, it's the same.
They asking these coaches.
I did
They
like the
don't even
Nike
bother trying to switch up the
that
question.
Nike
They ask
one
the
was crazy.
Same exact question.
The
bro,
editing?
every time.
The editing on that Nike ad is ridiculous. For them to find that many clips and like line it up perfectly is insane. But yeah, the NBA is being ODPC, man.
Bro,
the jerseys got me confused. The jerseys
were one thing.
I'm trying to figure out who's in the game, and
you can't tell, bro. I'm watching the Portland Celtics game, and I'm looking. I'm like,
who's that? Who's that piece?
Is that Gary Trent? Who is that?
Is that
quality? Who is that?
As
Gordon
World
Education
had a
reform?
Can't do it, bro. Like, yo, this shit is ridiculous, bro. Like, it really is.
I don't know, and I don't know the numbers. That's my biggest problem. I always look at the names. I never look at the numbers. So now that I don't have the names, I'm lost.
It's even worse.
This man Jimmy Butler was like, yo, let me just not put anything on my jersey.
Yeah, they was like,
and
nah,
the NBA said
I was
no.
like, fuck it, I'll just take the shit off.
He didn't even have his name?
Yeah, so he started the game off with nothing on his jersey. And then apparently the NBA said he couldn't do that. So he just wore like a regular like
it
Butler
had a number,
jersey.
it just didn't have like his name on it.
So you can have 10 players on the court that all have like equality on the back, but you can't just have nothing.
They gotta have some kind of BLM approved phrase on
something
it to make anything.
Yeah,
wait, why do you need?
Yeah, you can't even promote like anything. It has to be specifically like social.
It has to be BLM police brutality. Nigga had I forgot who it was, but someone had a jersey that said "I am a man."
A bunch of.
I don't get that. A lot of people actually have that.
I saw on Twitter. It's about some sort of like riots and like some I don't know, dude. I didn't actually read it. It's
I am a
Twitter.
man.
I'm on Twitter for the meme. So as soon as I seen some political shit,
like I'm here for basketball, and y'all throwing all this sad shit.
I am a man from downtown.
I'm gonna look it up. But I am a man is like a.
I am a man from deep.
Bang!
Crazy.
Bang!
Every time out, they just flash Black Lives Matter over everything. Like Black Lives Matter, just letting you know, in case you guys forgot. Hey, remember them riots? Yeah, we remember them riots. Like nigga, I don't want to remember the riots.
Sanitation strike is what it is of 1968. So yeah, get educated, guys. I am.
What does that have anything to do with what?
Who cares?
A bunch of dapper-looking African American males. Oh, damn, they're stunning. Look at these dudes. Yo, they got bow ties on.
Niggas can't wear bow ties? What?
You
surprised? They're stunning. Look at these dudes. I'm on the website.
He said that like he's never seen a black person in a bow tie.
No, they're wearing bow ties and long sleeve t-shirts.
Have you not seen T.I., bro? T.I. wear bow ties?
Look, I think obviously them trying to raise awareness is a good thing, but I think at some point it's kind of like they're shoving it down your throat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how are we not aware in the age of social media? How are we not aware?
I don't think anyone at this point isn't aware. No one turned on the NBA and said, "Oh shit!"
They're trying to make this shit trendy. You know what? Bro. We already know this shit exists. This shit's been existing.
Where do you see my tweet? You see my tweet? They're making this shit about
and I love your
being
tweet,
trendy
bro.
to support.
I love that shit. Yes.
That shit was crazy. Because I was looking at how everybody was coming at Jonathan Isaac because he didn't wear the fucking shirt and he didn't kneel. And they was like, "Oh, he's a." Do you know how many comments I've seen where people are like, "Oh, so Jonathan Isaac is the new coon"? I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, he clearly said, me wearing a shirt and kneeling during the anthem.
He said that is not a definite answer. What did I say on the podcast?
Not even that. He said
answer,
that doesn't represent my views on how we fix things. That's not fixing nothing for me. That's essentially what he said. And people,
you're a coon.
He doesn't want to wear a shirt.
I just find it hypocritical because with Cap, I was cool with that because again, like there was really no rule that said you had to stand up. So Cap had all the right to do, like technically speaking, to do whatever he wanted, and you know, like we've talked about it so much that it's been overblown, so out of proportion. But now we get to the NBA and we have everybody kneeling and Jonathan Isaac standing up and not wearing a BLM shirt. And I just feel like it's kind of hypocritical for him to get criticized for doing that, but then at the same time you're cool with Cap doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole point of Cap was freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? And Jonathan Isaac, even though it doesn't go with the narrative of BLM and all that shit, is still technically freedom of speech. So, and
it's not like he's not saying anything against it. He's not doing anything harmful. It's not like he's going out there fucking putting a Nazi salute up during the anthem. He's standing there. He already addressed why he did it. The reasoning was very valid. It made perfect sense. Wasn't offensive. But people want to be offended. And that's the problem when you overdo being PC. So now you made this whole NBA restart about protesting and about speaking up against police brutality. Now every commercial, you see these NBA players with terror. Niggas can't act. Niggas just, I was a boy that used to be scared of the police. Like, nigga, stop. Like, can we talk about basketball? Like, please. Like, this shit is whack.
Real disrespect is not even like wanting to be there while the national anthem is playing, just being in the locker room. That could be considered actual disrespect, maybe. Like, but just taking a knee or standing up, like, you're there. But if you're in the locker room, you're not even going to be there. That could be considered maybe disrespect. I could see that, but it's just overblown bullshit, bro. And, you know, it's the BLM.
I wouldn't even be mad at that. I would rather you do that.
I think, didn't they do something like that before? Didn't they do something like that before? Where I think it was a team that stayed in the locker room or some shit? Or was that the NFL?
That might have been the NFL with the Patriots.
Was that not the Donald Sterling thing? When that was...
Honestly.
Was it the Clippers? Yeah, I forget.
But yeah, I understand. I understand that they're just trying to raise awareness, but to do it every single time out, every single interview, at some point, the message, if anything, will be lost because it's just like, it's another.
It's just like you're trying to get publicity out of this. It's like you're trying to gain something. You're trying to gain something outside of like fighting the cause. Like now you're just making it a part of your brand. You're trying to be. It's like the NBA is so anti-NFL. Like they try so hard to not fuck up like the NFL that they go in the exact opposite direction and do way too much. It's like, y'all not letting y'all black people kneel? Oh, nigga, everybody kneel. Y'all better kneel and lock arms and sing Kumbaya. Like, everybody better fucking kneel. Like, y'all don't want them to talk about what's going on? Every NBA player, give me a 30-second promo on how you was done wrong by a cop. White, black, Hispanic, don't matter. Like, it's like you're doing too much. Like, bro, it's nothing to have a quick little commercial. Everybody put a black power fist, and now we go back to playing basketball. Like, there you go. But no, you have to make it. Man. You gotta make it all about this. And it's like motherfuckers that you know don't care speaking about it. Like, hey, Coach Vogel, I mean, I know you're not a black man, but how do you feel about black inequality?
We value everyone's opinion here. So Frank Vogel, what do you think about this topic?
Like, I from my privileged perspective that's never done with racial inequality, I feel
my
that
buttonholder was like,
sickening.
Are you serious right now? You saw Buttonholder's face? He was like, that nigga, oh my God, bro. Go watch that Bucks game again. That Bucks Celtics game. That shit was
I just don't want people to just like ignore everything because they're showing it too much.
That's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen.
That's
again, it's like on YouTube. It's like on YouTube. If you upload too much, like people like if you upload daily, they're gonna be like, all right, let me skip the Tuesday one and just come back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that might be the same thing with the NBA and all this the social messages they're putting out. It might just be too much. But I mean, they have good intentions. But
yeah, I mean, the intentions is good. It's just the presentation is just too much. It's like if this is the line, like you niggas is up here with it. Like just bring it like right down here. Like stay right here and you're good. Don't be like NFL and be way down here. Don't not care at all. Don't like just shush people. That's way worse than like. Don't get me wrong. I love the NBA because at least they care, or at least they seem to care. They will let you know that they care. Like they seem genuine about it. Like it doesn't all just seem like it's for marketing and to save the brand. Like it's genuine care there. it's other fucking sports that do some shit, and you be like, you niggas don't fucking care. You just don't want to look bad. Like I don't care what nobody say. NASCAR don't give a fuck. I'm sorry.
Because nobody watches NASCAR. NASCAR is watched by a specific demographic.
Nobody this color watches fucking NASCAR. So them niggas legit was like, how can we show them that we're behind them? Everybody push that nigga car. Come on. Push it. Everybody push his car.
I guess we could get rid of the Confederate flag in our race.
I guess we can ban that now.
No, they couldn't even do that.
Even though them niggas lost.
I guess we could do that.
Bro, y'all lost.
Niggas had a noose in that nigga's garage for over a year, bro. Like, come on, man.
I guess we can raise awareness to it.
Ban it now from
like,
I
guess we could take the noose out now. Like,
no.
Yeah,
like,
I guess the noose isn't funny anymore.
Like, why is the noose here? Why is there a noose in the garage? And who else has shit in their garage?
Hey,
who else got
imagine
noose?
just walking into your garage and seeing a noose every time you go in there, bro. That's wild.
Dude, even as a white person, if
black.
that was my garage and I see a noose, I'm like, hell, nope, next garage.
Bro, the half black dude. He's half black, and he had a noose in his garage.
That's a fact. He
bro.
wasn't even like a whole ass. You know what I'm saying? It was half. It was half.
He was half
and they
black
put
and
a
had
noose
in his garage. Like, like you think they care? Like, really? Like, no. Like other sports, it's sports that just won't care.
It said you have a drop of black blood in your fucking bloodstream.
Wait, so the noose was in there for
Here's
a year,
noose.
right? That means
the noose has been.
That means
he knew it was in there.
A different driver has the garage every time, right? So that means
no. That was his garage though. Every driver has a. I thought every driver had like a certain garage they had.
No, it switches because they go to different raceways.
Oh, then fuck it. Then yes, that
so that means
in that garage
like 15
forever.
different dudes have been in there and been like, "Yep, noose is fine." Just left it.
That noose is there. Fuck it, leave it.
Fuck it.
Like literally right before that, you had the NASCAR driver that said the N word on the stream just to say it, just like, "Hey, can you niggas hear me?" Like,
oh my!
I did not hear about that.
What?
I did not hear that. Bro.
Swear to God.
I didn't hear that,
bro. After the pod, you can look it up. I promise you. He got fucking suspended and fined and everything. That's why they pushed the nigga's car. That was a part of the reason they pushed his car. Yes. That led to that. That and the fucking news.
He just went on Twitch and went, "Yo, guys, watch this." That's what he did.
But because before NASCAR reopened up, they had like a little fucking it was like this virtual raceway shit where they had like a bunch of real drivers. Basically some shit like that. And like the stream, I guess, was just starting up. And they was trying to see if the audio was right or some shit like that. And the dude was like saying, "Yo, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hey, can y'all niggas hear me?" And then everybody was like,
instead of just a mic check.
He just said it so calmly, like, "Yo, can y'all niggas hear me?"
You dumb nigga.
Yo, I think we know who made the noose.
I gotta see that video
right now, bro. You know we live, right? It's a broadcast, bro.
I gotta see that video.
All you hear from the other dudes is like, "Ooh,
yo,
like they knew."
Ooh, he said it.
Like
He said it.
He said it.
He spoke for the silent majority. Had us.
All you heard was that trying to distance themselves from the racists. Like they're like, no, that's not me. That wasn't me. Like everybody was just like, we're live. Oh, we are. Oh, like bro, like come on, man. Like it's too much. I don't know. I don't know how we got the NASCAR racism coming from basketball, but we did that.
All right,
like
man.
That.
But back to the topic, man. I guess we're already talking about it, but how do y'all feel about how everything's being presented aside from the social reform stuff they're doing? But yeah, like the broadcasting, the atmosphere of the game and shit. Because that was one of my biggest questions: the fact that there aren't like any fans, how that'll affect the atmosphere and some players in the game. But
there's fans via Microsoft. There's definitely fans.
Yeah, they had a Zoom call. Paul Pierce was there.
Bro, stop. That's different than being a fucking Oracle. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, the whole place
10,000.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, like that's different.
They don't have fake noise.
Seeing fucking Paul Pierce in the bottom corner of this monitor, like what is that gonna do?
How you have empty seats virtually, bro?
Not even that. They had Paul Pierce in the bottom corner sitting beside Kimba's mom in front of fucking Jason Tatum's son. And they kept focusing the camera on them three for like a good portion of the second or third quarter. And I'm like, bro, I'm here to watch basketball. I don't give a fuck that these three people are virtually watching. I'm watching it virtually. Nigga, like, goddamn, show me the court. Like, them virtual fans is stupid. Half the people aren't even watching. You seen a bunch of... Do you know how many motherfuckers I seen watching the game like this? Just on their phone? Like, I'm like, bro, you're on your phone. Niggas weren't even in the
seats, bro.
You niggas are sitting at home in front of a camera on your phone watching the game. Like, y'all don't even know y'all on TV. Just niggas just...
What's crazy was the virtual fans leaving the Lakers game.
Yeah, I was just about to say, dude.
Y'all had virtual fans leaving the game.
I saw a Pelicans one, I think.
I don't want to talk
it was
about
like a
that.
total blowout. There was like 3 people left in the Zoom call, I swear.
Yeah.
Niggas dead too. Like, fuck this.
Do they play the audio from those videos like into the arena? Do you know?
No, no, they don't.
Don't think so.
They got their own little fucking 2K audio system shit, whatever they got. Which I ain't gonna lie, sometimes that shit's funny, the other times it's pretty cringy.
Yeah.
They weren't doing that in the preseason though. The audio.
They weren't. That's why it kind of
the scrimmage.
They weren't.
Yeah,
they didn't really do that for the scrimmage though, but for the actual,
they weren't doing any audio. Are they playing that in the arena or is it just on TV that you hear it?
That's in the arena.
It is.
Yeah, that's in the arena.
I wasn't sure.
I think as a fan of the game, just watching it at home, like we usually do, I don't think it was as drastic as I thought it'd be.
Yeah, because
there's still commentators.
Courts are small and they're like really like everything's echoing. It's kind of like
it's like an AAU
I thought it was going to be.
It's like watching a professional AAU game. Honestly,
there's still music. There's still the going into timeout, getting out of timeout music.
Yeah.
The commentators are definitely fucking carrying this whole presentation. I'm not.
I feel like they're just trying to fill empty space. The commentators like they don't want any dead space, so you can't just hear like squeaking. You know.
Yeah, but like the Mavs Rockets game, like at the end of that. The fact that there weren't like any fans, or even the Lakers Clippers game, like there weren't like any fans like going crazy as soon as LeBron hit that fucking like game winner. It's just kind of weird to me. It's something I'll get used to. Like it's obviously like I still enjoyed the game and shit.
But it's like throughout the game, I feel like a lot of times I wouldn't even like think like I wouldn't be thinking about it for like
It's mostly just a fourth quarter. If I'm being honest.
When something big happens,
I mean, or when big plays,
this place is dead.
Or like when a big play happens, it's like you would expect like a momentum shift, or you expect the crowd to get into it. Like when somebody gets banged on or some shit, that's like a moment where the crowd gets into it. The player might look and fucking yell at somebody in the crowd or some weird, just some shit to get them going, and they don't have that now. Now it's like, now you see the guys is really about it. Like nigga, be like, all right, there's no crowd here. I'm still gonna dance on you, nigga. Even though like Joel Embiid gets another level of respect from me. For the simple fact that he still is willing to shimmy in a nigga's face after he dunks on them with no fans. Like that, the level of not giving a fuck about somebody and trash talk and just confidence, I love it. It's a fucking amazing. Like to dunk on with no fans, there's nothing but players here. There's no one but players here. You dunk on a nigga and shimmy in his face and like, yeah, what do you want to do now, bitch? Ain't no fans. Like, you know, that's just for him. Like, that's not, that's not, it's for the cameras, obviously. But there's nobody there. That's just so you know, like, nigga, I danced in your face. Love it.
Yeah. But, aside from that, like, what y'all, like, the presentation, what do you guys think of it?
It wasn't too bad. I think we'll get used to it after a while. It wasn't too bad. Like,
yeah, I'm definitely getting used to it already.
Yeah.
You can hear a lot more. I love that too. I like to hear like the player chatter and shit like that. You can catch like a lot more players saying and shit like that.
Yeah, they got to cut out a lot though. I was watching the Celtics game earlier and they cut out like every 30 seconds there was just dead sound. I was like, they got to get the mics off these players.
It is.
Because they're probably saying shit on TV.
Yeah, you have to. Which I honestly wish they would have had something set up to where, I don't know, if you pay like $5 or whatever, you can get the live feed with no like interruptions to the sound.
The explicit.
Like uncensored. Yeah, like you should be able to pay for an explicit basketball
the deluxe edition.
Yeah. Like, bro, do you know how dope it will be as a fan to like, not only as you're watching the game, but you're actually getting to hear these niggas like actually talk shit to each other.
NBA only
like the real
shit.
Like that's gonna be dope.
NBA only fans. I'm dead.
Nigga, I will pay $20 a month so I can hear LeBron tell a nigga I got rings, bitch.
I don't know about a month, bro. I'll pay $250. I'll pay $250, but $20 a month is kind of OT.
Man, look, they taking a risk. They taking a risk for the brand, bro. $20. You want to pay $20 a month to have the watch full games, unedited, fucking filtered, or no, just like $20 in general. Just $20.
Yeah.
No.
How much do you pay for
cussing, bro?
How much do you pay for NBA TV?
20s is OD.
How much is it?
I don't pay. I'm
about to say I don't pay at all right now. I watch my shit for free, but it's delayed, which sucks.
Come on.
It sucks because I watch my shit on I watch my shit on my phone. So half the time I'm watching games, motherfuckers be tweeting, and I just get, oh shit, there goes Ingram, and I'm like, what the fuck? And now Ingram hits a dunk. I'm like, nigga, like half the games get ruined for me.
You're
like
ruining
that.
it.
So I'm like,
That's exactly why I turn on Do Not Disturb, bro.
I just see, but then I can't do that because I like to talk my shit, and I be talking to people and shit during the games. It just don't work for me. I don't know. I would, me personally, I'll spend that 20 bones just to get fucking Dame Lillard cussing out Russ, going back and forth while they fucking put up threes all game. That'd be fun for me.
Yeah. Hey, yo, shout out NBA streams, bro. Shout out NBA streams.
Facts. Big facts. Hope y'all don't get shut down because we shouting you out, but shout out. Hope they don't get hit. Niggas like, yo, you giving up the sauce.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Why would y'all do that, bro? Come on now. You gotta keep it a buck. You gotta keep it a buck.
Because league passes... oh my god, the price is
how is League Pass worse than that? That's crazy, bro.
That's a fact. Like that ass going on Google Chrome and going on NBA streams is a much cleaner experience than going into the NBA app. Going into the NBA app, and I'm pretty sure they force you to watch an ad before you watch, like you start watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I had League Pass. They do that.
Yeah, so it's like.
And then the fucking dead time between fucking on League Pass because they don't show commercials. So that's even worse when they call a timeout. So
is that as like a logo? Is that as just like a logo, right? Just spinning, like it's crazy.
Or they try to give you like the presentation, like you're actually in the stadium, like you're actually at the game in the arena. Like you actually go to the game and they call a timeout. Yeah. Now they got fucking mascots riding out on goddamn rollerblades and fucking with a hula hoop on, throwing shit in the crowd, and you're just watching that. I'm like
trying to catch a t-shirt.
Yeah. You're just seeing random niggas in the audience eating nachos and shit. I'm like, I'm paying to watch niggas eat nachos. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's not for
live
me.
sports.
Like give me a State Farm commercial.
Yeah,
I'd rather see a State Farm.
They would make more money, and no one would mind watching ads. What
let me see Carlton with some fucking paint on his beard, acting like Chris Paul. I like to see that.
Yeah, I'm like, I would much rather watch that than watch a fucking overweight, out of shape guy in a fucking way too small jersey dance to Katy Perry in the stands. Like I don't want to watch
goddamn this. Kiss cam, bro. Like come on, man.
Don't want to see none of this shit.
But yeah, shout out NBA streams, man. The clutchest website in the land.
You know what
y'all want to give us a sponsor back? Go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, sponsor us.
Fake facts.
They got like CGI fans.
That's even worse.
If someone hits a dinger, all the fans in the crowd like stand up and go for the. It's some weird shit. The first time I saw it, I wasn't ready. And then they'll show the replay and they won't be there anymore. Like a replay?
What the fuck?
It's only like when it's live, they'll be there. And then when they show like any replays, they're gone.
What the fuck they got going on with baseball?
Bro,
I gotta see this shit, bro.
The cardboard cutouts was fine. Because they're really there.
That's in Japan though, right? That's not in MLB.
That's in America. That's MLB.
No, that's tough.
Oh, they did it in MLB too? I know they did it in Japan like around the first time everything got shut down.
But the cutouts are real. Like they really exist there. The CGI.
Yeah, they're physical
shit's
there.
weird.
Yeah, they're physically there.
It's just weird. I don't like it. And they can switch like their jerseys and stuff, like depending on who's batting. Just switch teams. Like I don't.
I appreciate the CGI fans aren't even loyal. I appreciate the innovation.
At least
it's cool they can do it. It's cool they can do it.
It could be way worse.
Stop. Like,
it could be way worse.
The fact that we got forced to watch, bro. Like, oh my god, it's been 4-5 months.
Adam Silver, bro. Shouts out Adam Silver.
Shouts to Adam Silver because he really was a trendsetter.
Shout out to Dana White. Shout out to Dana White because had he not came up with the concept of having a quarantine sanctioned area to just do your sport, the NBA wouldn't have done it. NBA got the bubble idea from the UFC.
Oh, they did? I didn't know that.
Yeah. After Dana White did the first UFC event and No, that came later. But yeah, he got a fucking island for UFC fights. But before that, they would just get an arena, fucking sanitize the fuck out of it, test everybody like 30 times and shit like that. Just be ultra safe about it. Then have the event. And it was only like one person that registered for having corona, but he already kind of figured he had it because someone in his family had it, and he let them know beforehand. Outside of that, no one had it. Then he said after that, Adam Silver, the commissioners from the NFL, NBA, MLB, I think NHL all hit him up and asked him how he did it. Then next thing you know, NHL's back, MLB's back, NBA's back.
Why couldn't the whole fucking country do what they're doing, bro? Just end this shit as soon as possible. Because I'd rather
ignorant.
I'd rather do like strict shit for a month or two than do this like middle ground shit where it's like, oh, you can't go here, and you're like, I don't know. Like, I'd rather deal with just 2 months of just being strict about it than like 6-7 more months of being half-assed about it.
Because we'd probably be done by now, or at least close.
We would have been done had people not been ignorant. Yeah.
Because I saw an article this morning. I think some school I forgot where, like in Kansas, started going back to school, like in
they had
person.
The quarantine right after,
and they had the quarantine the same week.
Oh yeah, that was in Indiana. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yep. I was like, yo, come on, man. Like, what the fuck?
Why are you even
going
back
in Indiana,
to school,
man?
And then there was a fucking
exactly
summer camp. There was a summer camp in North Georgia somewhere, and like the fact that they even had a summer camp when all of this is going on is crazy. But apparently, like 200 plus kids got positive COVID tests after that, which is like, yo, we could have just like, if everyone just sat in their, I don't know, bro.
And kids,
you know what it is
for kids.
Relax,
you know what
relax.
It is? It's not motherfuckers like our age or younger. It's older people who like have some problem with being told what to do. Like they just, oh, Karen, wear your mask. Fuck you. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm an American. Like, bitch, we're gonna die.
Communist.
Like,
that's a fact, bro. They think like it's communist to like think this.
Yeah, like
dude, it really isn't.
You're all sheep for wearing masks. Like, no, bitch, we're all not dying wearing masks. Like, we don't want to die. Like, I want my summer back, bitch. Like,
I'm not concerned about me dying. I just don't want to kill somebody. You know how
that's
bad
a fact,
you feel,
bro. That's
right?
A fact.
You're like, man, do you know how many people?
But the thing is,
I
like,
killed her. Like,
that's like someone could die, and you might think it's your fault, but you don't even know if it actually was or not.
Yeah.
Hopefully it wasn't.
Like, you can, like, oh shit.
You'll never really know.
Was it me? But you don't know because it's that.
Because so many people could have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know how many people come through to my job and get an attitude, like, and older people, not younger people. When it's younger people, be like, yo, hey, you can't help you right now unless you got a mask. Oh, bet, my bad, left in the car. I'm running, go get it. Fucking teenagers, young adults, no problem. Let you tell somebody's mom, oh, ma'am, we help you unless you got a mask. But what if I just cover my face?
Motherfucker, I pay your taxes, you.
Like, nigga, just put a mask on. Like, I don't got a mask. Bitch, I know that's a lie. You can't go nowhere without a mask. So what have you been doing? Just going around like,
where
this
are
all
you going?
day? Like, no.
Where are you going?
Like,
We 5 months into the pandemic still doesn't got a mask.
That's
like, I swear
crazy,
to God,
bro. It's not even like they're sold out or anything.
Right?
bro, niggas are giving them away, bro. Like, I just got a free mask for somewhere else. But people are literally walking to my job like this.
They're
doing it like this. Oh yeah, can I get like 3 of those? Like, nigga, like, you get your stupid ass out my face with your fucking hand over. Like, move, put a mask on.
One thing that confused me. All right, if you got to sneeze, do you take your mask off to sneeze?
First of all, I don't do anything in front of people. Like, if I got to sneeze, I run to the bathroom because I don't want niggas thinking I got anything.
I don't want to walk around with sneeze in my mask.
I think you should because you get sick if you fucking.
I don't want sneeze in my face.
Yeah,
I accidentally did that once. I'm like, oh fuck, I really just did that, bro. Crazy.
You know how many times I had to hold in a cough because I didn't want to cough.
You could legit wear a mask like this. It is washable. You can wear a mask like this.
Look. I was like, yo, where to go?
Nigga went to get his mask.
Like this, bro.
Fucking mask on.
Damn it. See? Is this so hard? Huh? It's not.
Word, is that a Blue Lives Matter mask?
Is that Frozone?
Says that Frozone.
Frozone. Hey, I heard that, buddy. I heard that.
Frozone. And speaking of Wordu, shout out to Wordu for the 30 bomb against the Blazers. You know what I'm saying? My boy Jaylen Brown, aka Wordu the dude went off.
Chocolate Acorn, man. Hey, Jaylen Brown and Brandon Acorn, they've been
bro.
playing really, really good, man. I'm proud of them. I really am. Gotta say it, man.
I'm like a proud dad, man.
So you got the Celtics beating the Sixers, right?
Yes.
Hey, yo, we gotta talk about that. Let's talk about that next, bro.
Hell no, they ain't.
What happened to your Sixers? What next topic, bro? What happened to your Sixers?
Next topic.
What happened to your Sixers?
What about
pull up this stat.
I didn't even watch that
With
game,
their
so
best defensive lineup as can
I didn't even
defend
watch that
LeBron and
T.J.
AD
Warren.
as, but they got TJ Warren dropping 52.
50,
Okay.
50
Oh,
bombs,
man.
nigga.
Oh,
Did
man.
Embiid play that game? Did Embiid play that game?
He did.
Yes,
he did.
they had their whole lineup.
He did. Ben Simmons as well. I don't think
Simmons
anyone didn't play.
My
Actually,
nigga, everyone got a piece of that 52. It wasn't just one guy getting 50 bomb. No, everyone got a piece of that 50.
TJ Warren's 52.
He put it on everybody. Everybody switched off on him. They were switching. It was at one point where they switched like 3 times, 3 different defenders on him, and he busted all their ass like 3 times in a row.
Can I get an explanation? Or are you just going to yawn?
Nah,
We'll come back to this game.
it doesn't matter.
When do the finals come? When are the finals? When
October.
Dude,
they're not gonna.
We'll revisit this in October. We'll revisit this game in October. We'll see.
October?
We're not going to be talking about the
matters
Sixers in
anymore.
October. We're not.
We'll
gonna
see if it
Why would
matters.
we talk
It
about
doesn't
that when the
matter.
Bucks and the Clippers are going to be there? Or the Lakers?
Oh, the Raptors beat the Lakers. Are they gonna make the finals?
But it's not even. They let
It's not
TJ Warren
it's
drop
not just
50.
that they lost.
It's not even that they lost.
I mean, it's this dude here. Yeah, you're going, bro.
This dude right here,
It's
bro.
way different. The Lakers lost. Everyone played good except for AD and fucking LeBron. Like, that's not going to be
What's a big thing?
a constant thing when AD and LeBron are having an off
Nigga.
night. You're not going to rely on AD and LeBron both having an off night at the same
Embiid
time.
had 41 and 21, bro.
And lost to TJ Warren's 50.
Okay, is he guarding TJ Warren?
He did at one point. At one point, he switched out
When?
and got 50 bombed.
When?
You didn't watch the game.
Okay.
Didn't even know if he played.
I don't need to look.
You don't
I don't
even
need
You
to watch
asked.
the game and know
You
that he
asked
doesn't
us
guard
if
him.
Joel
No.
Embiid played.
Thank you. You
They
asked
played
him, he
35
talking about
minutes.
Joel didn't guard him. You didn't watch the game.
Don't worry, I'll watch the highlights. I'm gonna watch the highlights right now. It's okay.
Right now.
You're gonna
Right
watch the highlights
now.
right now.
Live on
While you're
pod,
on the
bro.
clock.
He's gonna watch TJ Warren's 50 bombs.
Embiid.
He said, "Let me."
We're not paying you
Embiid.
to watch the highlights right now.
That's crazy, man. That's
This man
crazy.
here.
Shout out to the Sixers, bro.
Shout out to TJ Warren
that-
though. Shout out to TJ Warren.
With that,
Sixers
with that
the biggest
amazing
underachiever.
defense. With that amazing defense, man.
Pacers ain't doing shit though, so it's all right.
Imagine what
They're
Jimmy
not.
Butler was thinking watching that game. Like, you niggas really let this nigga drop 50? Like, that's why I left. This is why I didn't want to stay. Y'all let niggas like TJ Warren drop 50. Like, I can't play for y'all. Oh my God, bro.
That's tough. That's tough.
When I seen it, like, immediately when I seen TJ Warren going off, the first thing I thought, Jimmy Butler's talking shit. Like, that was Jimmy Butler's talking shit.
That's tough for her, dude. He's still trying to find an explanation, which is
Oh,
crazy.
nice block, Embiid. Okay.
He's really you're seriously sitting here really watching the fucking highlights. Like, I hate this dude so much, bro.
Good shit, Embiid.
Crazy.
So what other game was there?
I
So
know-
we saw Lakers Clippers. But I didn't. Lakers.
Celtics
He
Bucks.
couldn't
So I didn't
even
have-
say anything. He was
He
just
didn't
like, all
wanna
right,
talk
we'll
about-
revisit this in
yeah.
October.
Next topic.
He will.
This nigga said next topic without saying it.
He had
just
no
trying to force the
explanation.
next topic.
I mean,
the
hey,
topic
what can
to
I
another
say?
month.
TJ Warren scored 50 something in a game that probably doesn't mean shit really.
You can't say anything because you're
Uh-huh.
talking trash and you're wrong.
It doesn't mean shit. They both had the same record going into
Imagine-
the game. What?
And now one has the worst record. If you looked on paper, would you really
Oh, yeah, they did have
expect-
the same record, right?
exactly.
exact same
so if you
record.
looked on paper, would
Not
you
anymore.
have expected the Pacers to be a better team than the Sixers? Like,
They're
on
not.
paper?
Bro, they have one of the hardest schedules as far as all the Eastern teams, bro. The Pacers have one of the toughest schedules. They are not doing shit, bro.
And they have a better record.
That's a fact.
Okay, by one game, nigga, stop, nigga. Let's keep it a buck. They ain't doing shit.
But they shouldn't be one game better than the Sixers, though.
Nigga, they ain't doing shit.
They shouldn't.
Let's cut the cap. They ain't doing shit.
But they shouldn't be better than the Sixers.
So are the Raptors better than the Lakers?
He's right. Dude,
do they have a better record than the Lakers?
Are the Raptors better than the Lakers?
I'm not talking about the win and loss.
Raptors are better than the fucking Sixers.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying on the season. This season, like, let's take the fucking NBA bubble out of consideration. From the season that we watched months ago, were you really expecting there to be a situation?
Anymore.
It does matter because it's still the record.
Records from that. Thank you. They still have those records. That does matter. That was the regular season. It's still the regular season.
Or dude.
So again, I asked, did
Still
you
watching
really?
The highlights.
Would you expect the
Let's go, Embiid.
He's filibustering, bro. Crazy.
He don't wanna answer.
Crazy.
Cool.
Next time.
Let's talk about a different game that Wordu might talk
So
about.
Lakers,
bro.
Clippers. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? LeBron doing LeBron things. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi getting
LeBron
exposed.
But it doesn't matter. That game doesn't matter, bro. That game doesn't matter.
That game doesn't matter.
It's the first
That game
game.
doesn't
It's the
matter.
first game though. That's where you set the tone for the rest of the season, right?
Stop.
So that game
Stop the cap.
So the Sixers letting TJ Warren drop 50 on them didn't set the fucking tone.
in a meaningless game.
No,
Bro,
Meaningless
no.
game.
Meaningless. They
Literally-
literally just lost the position, the seeding
That's a
position to them.
Thank you.
they have the
just
same
lost the
exact
seeding
record.
position.
They're probably gonna face each other in the first round.
Who are the Pacers'
The Pacers
best
now
players?
have home court advantage, and that's
the
a
Pacers'
meaningless
best player?
game compared to the Lakers and the Clippers.
Who are the Pacers'
whose
best
seedings
players? Right now,
did not get
look like
affected.
TJ Warren. Right now, TJ Warren look like their best player when they play the Sixers.
Doesn't
What
even
the fuck?
matter.
That's tough.
Niggas worried about
Apparently,
Debo dropping 50. TJ Warren was like, nah, Vic, I got this. Like,
He's worried about their best player. For each.
I'm about to say, you don't need to worry about their best player. You need to worry about their third best player and fourth best player.
Go one step at a time,
Let's
your word, dude.
give you 50. Miles Turner didn't give you 50. I'll leave. Their fourth
Miles Turner got
option
him like
gave them
3.
50, bro. They got 50 from the fourth option. The fourth option gave them 50. And you're just saying, oh, that don't matter.
Please tell me who's stopping Embiid, bro.
TJ Warren's
TJ
50
Warren.
stopped Embiid. Like, what the fuck?
Bso's next topic.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying no one stopped them beat against the
Be so next
Pacers,
topic.
and they still lost.
Bso's next topic.
All right,
Bso's next topic. Oh, man. That's
Lakers,
tough.
Clippers, second game of the first night. Yeah, the Lakers pulling it out, man.
A blockbuster.
I feel like people think I'm a Clippers fan, but like I deadass don't care. I just want to see the series in the playoffs. Cause if I can get 7 games of that, like I don't care who the fuck goes to the finals. That's gonna be
fuck out of here. I want us to go, but it'll be fun. First of all, every time we play the Clippers, my confidence slowly drains every time about how confident I am that we can beat them. Like when we play them, well, for one, after watching the first game, because you got to notice, like I don't know if anybody else noticed.
Okay, yes, there was no Montrezl Harrell, there was no Lou.
Stop it! I'm not saying that. Which is a big, which is a big deal.
Thing.
That's points and that's hustle points, like that they were missing, and they lost by 2 to us with LeBron yet again having an off night against them. Like,
now,
yes, LeBron's defense was amazing. Let me finish.
Have they won it all against us this season?
Have they what?
Have they beat us at all this season?
Yes, series 2-2. We finished the series 2-2. That was the last game that we. Yes, 2-2, 2 even, 2-2.
The first meeting they
first game of the season, Christmas.
That wasn't meaningless.
We lost to them twice.
I know exactly what tweet Wordu is thinking of right now, and that's specifically talking about the 2020 calendar year.
Yeah.
I hate you so much.
You're such a head ass, bro. You're such a
I
head
hate you
ass.
so much. I seen that tweet. I hate you so much. I hate
That's
you.
facts.
I really do.
Is it not?
I hate you.
That's facts.
Well, in terms of the season, we're 2-2 with them, which means it's a high chance we go to 7 games with them when we meet in the playoffs.
Just the fact
Which
that the game
is
was
scary.
103-101. That's
Yeah.
no one got blown out. It's a good game.
It's a
Like
great game.
even if it was even if the season series was 4-0 Lakers, but every game was down to the wire, like I'd still be scared.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Very
They're
scared.
the B team regardless, bro. I don't trust PG when it comes to
I don't think it's A and B no more. It's like
I
1
might
and 2
trust
right now.
Kawhi, but I do not trust PG. I do not.
That is a fact. I'm with you on there.
I trust
don't trust
Kawhi.
PG either.
That's
But
fine.
I do.
They got Kawhi. They got Lou. They got Montrez.
I trust
so
Will.
many
too.
PG was the leading scorer, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he's saying he doesn't trust him in the playoffs and shit.
Yeah, you ain't seen
playoff
playoff
setting.
P yet. Yeah,
Yes.
playoff P ain't shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Playoff
Trust
P ain't
AD?
been shit to see. Do I trust AD? I don't trust AD's health. But I said
I
that
gotta
when we
see
first
first.
traded for him.
I gotta see first.
Listen, I'm still on my belief that he's going to get injured when playoffs come around because I said that when we traded for him. I was like, we just traded Lonzo and fucking Ingram for a dude that's going to get hurt by the playoffs. Like I
Talking
said,
about
that.
injuries, we gotta get to Zion soon because I got some. I know you guys got some shit to say.
I
I got a lot to say about the Zion situation.
Yeah, so I trust that. So I mean, if Kawhi
I
collides and
believe that LeBron will try to LeBron.
If Kawhi's in
I believe
I'm pretty sure
LeBron will try to LeBron.
in
I
the
think
playoffs.
LeBron will try to LeBron like he did last year.
Right,
Get
Dom?
in
Right?
playoff
He will
mode.
You mean
LeBron
playoff mode?
in the playoffs, right?
We weren't.
We talking about the same person here, right? Talking about the same person, right?
Jesus.
Okay.
LeBron was
So
in the playoffs
LeBron
last year,
will-
were they?
But he was in playoff mode last year.
Okay.
And
What is that?
and fucking we lost a bunch of games with him in playoff mode.
And
Like,
did we have AD?
You're right, we didn't.
Did
Wait,
we have
so let
any
me ask
other
you, so
star
do you
player
trust,
that could help
hold
him?
on. So do you trust that game plan? Like let AD carry us the first 3 quarters and then just ride off LeBron? Do you trust that?
Not for that. It depends on the game. It's a situational thing. That's not the way you.
I don't think
It's
that's
not
the
go
game
across
plan.
every-
I
That's-
don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
No, go ahead.
The thing about AD is I don't get why he takes that many mid-range shots. It doesn't make sense to me.
He's
Like he
classic.
think he's like fucking Carmelo Anthony out there, like in the mid post. But like,
It's
why
the
don't you
age
just,
we
like,
live in, man.
It's working though. Shit.
I mean, yeah, he's dropping
Pretty-
points, but
He's pretty efficient. Yeah. What the fuck? You watch the games, nigga? What?
Nigga, I got a noise complaint from watching the goddamn game. Yes.
The only-
I don't watch the
The
game.
only nigga that's not.
What were
That's
you
not
doing
working
watching
on
the
is either
games,
Kawhi or
bro?
Giannis. That's the only
Nigga
niggas that-
raging at the fact that LeBron was playing like game 1 LeBron. You know how many fucking dumbass turnovers he threw? I'm like, nigga,
It was
stop.
game 1, LeBron.
It really was. It was rusty ass LeBron. LeBron was rusty as shit. And he was rusty the second game. So I'm like, how long is it gonna take for you to get in rhythm? Then we gotta worry about if AD's gonna show up. Look, if you lace
should be
him up,
worried
you should be
about
ready to go.
everybody else.
All right.
You should be worried about
Everybody,
everybody else.
listen, this entire time he was talking about how in
Worried about
shape he
AD,
was and how game ready he was. And the first 2 games you come out, you're not in rhythm.
Nigga,
come on,
they're
bro.
going to be rusty, bro. They are going to be rusty out the gate, bro.
You know who wasn't rusty?
Be so next time.
TJ Warren.
TJ Warren.
TJ Warren was rusty. TJ Warren looked pretty goddamn good. He didn't look
So
rusty to me.
Celtics and Bucks, Giannis.
Hey, but before we move on though, before we move on, the one thing about the Lakers that I just don't want to hear is that we know right now that they're a team relying on their top 2 players.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get into the playoffs and I hear this no help
we had
shit,
no help.
Oh yeah, nah, that
We had no
like
help.
come on, bro.
nah, that's not even
Y'all literally sacrifice your depth to get AD.
And
To
even
revolve
with
your
that-
offense around LeBron and AD. You can't pull that no help shit, bro.
But not even that.
Kuzma,
It's not even
Dion
like we don't have.
Waiters.
We have.
Huh?
I'm about to say we actually have. We have some pieces. We have solid pieces for our
Yeah.
team and how our team is ran. So I can't. Me personally, being a
We-
person that's used the LeBron had no help. Like I've used that excuse in the past when he clearly didn't have help. But this is totally different from that. LeBron definitely has help. AD definitely
Is that
has
Kyle
help.
Kuzma, bro?
Not even just Kyle Kuzma. Like our guard play. Like
Nigga, I'm
the
saying
depth
Danny
we
Green
have
before
at
Kuzma.
guard-
What the fuck?
like Danny Green, Kuzma. I'm not saying guard. I'm just saying in general.
Danny Green?
Green, Kuzma. Deion
Yes.
Waiters is showing he can still
Danny
ball,
Green
which
had
I'm
a
glad.
fat 0 points.
Are you dumb, nigga?
First
Yes,
of
Danny
all,
Green, nigga.
first of all, Danny Green is a fucking champion. All right,
That nigga's
I'm
a
not worried
champion,
about
and
him.
he's consistent.
I-
One of the
I'm
only
ready for
consistent
him to
shooters
play.
on our team.
Yeah,
Consistently
I'm
zero?
not worried about him. I'm not worried
He's
about
not
him.
consistently zero.
Listen, playoff Danny is a different Danny. So I'm
Playoff Danny.
Sure.
Danny's gonna be ready.
You can't just put playoff
No,
in
that's
front
the
of
thing.
everyone's
That's
name
definitely a
and make
thing.
it-
That's what Paul George did.
That's definitely
Hey,
George.
pandemic P going off, bro.
I'm just saying, if you win a title, you can
Playoff
make your
Kuzma.
fucking. If you win a title, you can change your name to whatever the fuck you want to change in the playoffs. And he got what, 2, 3? How many he got? 2?
2.
Two. One with the
Oh, I
Spurs,
know
one with the
Kuzma
Raptors.
gonna
Yeah.
be the X factor, bro. Kuzma has to show up. He has to, bro.
You think it's Kuzma?
I was
you know
saying
who I
that.
think it is?
I think it's Kuzma too.
Caruso is the X factor, baby.
Caruso.
That's the X factor. Big Russo is the X factor.
Big Russo.
Big Russo.
Playoff Russo, you mean?
Hustle point Russo, baby. That defense.
I mean, yeah, if you can get like 10 points a game from Caruso, that'd be a pretty big game changer.
And good defense, that's X factor. If we get defense on because the West has a bunch of good guards. If he can play good defense on these guards in the West, give you 10 points, give you about 3-4 assists, that's X factor. Kuzma should give you 15. Like, I'm not giving you credit for doing what
that's why I'm saying.
But that's the thing.
Better,
that's
nigga.
why he's the X factor.
That's why he's the X factor.
But that doesn't. First of all, being the X factor is about being the piece that no one is expecting.
I think what he means is the biggest question mark.
What?
Whoa.
What say what you just said again. Say what you just said again. Say what you just said again.
What did I just say?
Say what you just said again.
He doesn't remember. He doesn't remember.
I smoked a lot of weed. I forgot what I said. What happened?
Being the piece that no one is expecting to show up. Kuzma?
But Kuzma.
No one's expecting Kuzma to show up.
No,
nigga.
everyone expects Kuzma to show up.
He should show up.
He had that moments card.
Everyone expects him to show up.
He should show up.
You're the piece.
Did he show up? Did he show up last year? Huh?
First of all,
To what? Y'all didn't make the playoffs.
Let me finish. This season, Kuzma was the player we kept in the AD trade. He was the guy we said we're not going to give up. Therefore, he has the expectations to be the third guy. That was already given to him. He was expected to be the third guy. Now, did he underachieve? Yes, but you're still expected to be the third guy. No one changed that. That notion never changed. It was just he needs to fulfill that role. You're not an X factor for doing what you should do.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Yep.
An X factor is a player doing something that they shouldn't do. And Ben Russo. Come on. And if it's not Russo, it's Deion Waiters.
Oh my god!
If it's not Russo, it's Deion Waiters. It
really should be J.R. Smith, though.
Hell no! If that nigga gets any valuable minutes in the playoffs,
he has to redeem himself because he has to redeem himself because no one's expecting him to show up.
With us. That
he
is James Jones.
Why he's the X factor.
He is James Jones, as far as I'm concerned.
This is why he's the X factor.
No. He is literally here because LeBron's here. That's the only reason he's here. I better not see that nigga touch the court in the playoffs for anything valuable, like ever.
He better know he's touching the court. Come on now,
and I'm gonna cry the moment he touches the court.
That nigga might start some games, honestly.
Jesus, I hope not. If we go into a playoff series starting J.R. fucking Smith, I'm gonna jump off a bridge. I'm gonna jump out the window. If we start J.R. Smith over Russo, Danny Green, I know Bradley's hurt. Fuck it, I will take.
That's Le GM.
Fucking
Le GM for you.
What's his name? Fucking Hunter Tucker or whatever his fucking name is. Whatever that.
Sound like a 2K generic, bro.
Horton
TJ Hunter Tucker.
You mean playoff Tucker?
Whoever that nigga is. I'd rather
playoff Hunter.
J.R. Smith. Give me fucking Norvell or Nova, whatever that nigga's name is.
Norvell.
Give me any of them niggas.
Dom is just naming names. I don't even know. Norvell.
I'm watching their names. No. If you see, they're like young guys that we got. Like they're
Gerald Brantley.
I'm legit like watching their names. But people would know them if they've seen them. They've done like a couple good things. Like motherfuckers is hype on these players.
They done a couple
I just don't know their fucking names.
Couple good things.
They're in the league.
Facts. They're in the league, man. They made it.
All right, let's talk about the Zion Pelican shit.
Absolutely. So whacking on this man.
Okay, let me just give some background. So the first game of the season, Zion had minutes restrictions. If anything, it was actually a game time decision for the game.
First game of the season?
Well, first game
of the reset
of the restart.
Jesus.
Of the reset or
yes,
do you mean
of the reset of the reset.
Nigga, the first game. It was the first game.
Well, his first game back was the first game of the.
I thought you meant like his first game back during the regular season.
Pelicans Jazz on Thursday, right? Zion was on minutes restrictions. He only played 15 minutes, I believe.
Yeah,
and it was a very effective 15 minutes, but in the fourth quarter, Alvin Gentry decided to sit him out the game in a very winnable game that they honestly could have won.
And they need these games to be in the playoffs.
They're
he don't care.
I think they're out at this point.
It was a controversial topic on Twitter, and apparently everyone has a lot to say about it. So who wants to go first?
Because we all wanted to see Zion in the playoffs. That's why everyone has something to say.
Yeah.
I'll let somebody take the floor.
Y'all look so sad right now, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Hot.
It's like that part after the George Floyd shit.
This man's glistening.
This is the vibe I'm getting. All right.
I got hot thinking about this. I'm sorry.
You can go first, bro. You can go first.
I mean, I've already done a video about this, you know.
We didn't watch your video.
Check out my video, guys. Word's World. But, you know, it's ridiculous. Alvin Gentry. You know, there's been a pattern lately of black coaches being fired for white coaches. And I honestly think that's going to happen with the Pelicans here, because you can't be even when the season played out in the beginning, you sat this nigga down. I understand he had an injury, but even when he came back, you still put him on minute restriction. Now we're in the restart. He's had 5 minutes. We saw pictures of him looking swole as fuck on Instagram. This nigga looked like a fucking fat turkey, though, in the first game of the fucking season, though. So, you're still not... This nigga is 6'6", listed at 6'6", 284. You're not playing.
He's not 284.
Still. That's what he's listed at. But you're not going to play him. You're playing him in verse. And you can't play him the last 3 minutes of that game. You can't play him. He's played 15 minutes and scored 13 points. You're in a race to get the 8th spot, which I don't think they're going to get it, quite honestly. I don't think they are.
They just have to get the 9 spot, I think, right?
No, they got to get the 8th. They got to get the 8th.
I think if you're less than 4 games back and you're in the 9 spot, there's like a play-in.
Because right now there's still 4 games in technically. So
yeah, because Memphis lost,
but you have to be in 9th and be less than 4 games back.
Oh, you have to be in 9th?
They're in 12th.
I thought you just have to be 4 games in.
No, I'm like 90% sure you have to be 9th.
Unless everybody's tied.
And also,
if everybody's tied, then I'm pretty sure they'll do something different.
Yeah,
but everybody's not tied.
Yeah, because that's the thing that confused me. Because what if like all those contending teams are like under 4 games?
I think it's just the number 9, like closest one.
That's tough.
I mean, in that
I
case,
didn't know that. That's tough.
I mean, in that case, I'm figuring if it should be 9 if everybody's below 4 games, but it's like whoever's 9th is like 1 game behind. Everybody else is like 3 and 2.
Because they're 4 games back, I think, but they're in 12th. So
yeah, that's
but aren't
tough.
they tied with? They're tied with what you call it, right? No. Well, they're not tied with Portland because Portland won a game, so they can't be tied with Portland.
With anything.
But they just lost another one.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they lost twice.
But yeah, they didn't win. What you call it?
Zion played a fat 14 minutes.
But yeah, they lost twice. Lost once. Did
they
Memphis
got their
lose
absolute
twice?
asses eaten by the Clippers.
Memphis once, I believe, is once. Oh no, Memphis lost it.
Memphis is in 8th.
Yeah, they lost twice. Memphis lost twice.
But they still have 8th. They still have it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the seeding. I pulled it up.
Wait, so who are all the?
It's Memphis.
Those teams?
It's Memphis, Spurs, Blazers, Kings, Pelicans, Suns.
I know the Spurs just beat Memphis. So
Spurs have 2 wins in a row.
The Spurs at the Spurs as our 8th seed, bro. Oh
you
my
gotta fire
God.
Alvin Gentry at that point. You gotta fire Alvin Gentry.
It's not even Alvin Gentry. I
But
don't want to see the Spurs.
They're still 2 games back. They're still 2 games back. So at this,
I don't want to see DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge against LeBron, bro. Like I could Dame and them versus the Lakers. Okay, cool. Zion versus the Lakers.
That's
amazing.
already bust. You're not getting that.
John Morant in the playoffs. Okay, I fuck with it. But DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge and Derek White, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Hey man,
bro.
don't sleep on DeJounte Murray, man.
Head ass.
LeBron had an easy path to the finals. Head ass.
Oh my God,
bro.
The
that's
weak West.
Narrative. I'm about to say that's another narrative I better not hear. Oh, LeBron only won because the East got so much better.
The first round, it might still stand, but the second and third, you can't. Because you have to face at least Oklahoma City.
Watch this nigga play the Spurs and the Jazz and the Clippers. I'll be dead.
Spurs, Jazz, Clippers.
Spurs, Jazz, Clippers.
I'll be so
fucking Donovan Mitchell upset somebody else again, then just get beat by LeBron.
Hey, yo. What if there's like a bunch of upsets and the Lakers actually don't face any of the good teams.
Facts. What if we really have an easy path to the finals?
Clippers lose first round.
Hey yo, I'm ready for that
That'd
video.
be some rigged shit.
I'm ready for that
I ain't
video.
gonna lie. You know how many the NBA's rigged videos will come out?
You know what?
They had to get LeBron that fourth
NBA's
ring.
rigged.
The Clippers are only 2 games ahead of the Nuggets. If they fall behind the Nuggets, they're playing the Rockets first round.
Who?
Okay.
The Clippers.
That might be a little bit interesting though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
not.
Dude,
I
would
so.
not be surprised if they lost first round if they're playing the Rockets.
I would be very surprised.
I would
if they
be
lost
very
first round playing
surprised.
the
I would be very
No,
surprised.
all right. Out of all the teams, I'm saying if it was the
PJ
Rockets, that
Tucker
would be
is
the
a
least
wizard.
surprising. I would be surprised. That would be the least surprising. If
Come
they
on, they
lose
could
first
put-
round,
They could put Kawhi and PG on Russ and Harden, and I don't
And
know.
lock that shit up.
They'll lock that shit all the way up.
Like literally,
I don't know what
think.
I feel
like,
bad for
really
those
think-
two.
Yeah,
They'll lock that shit
I
up,
really
nigga.
think that
What?
is the worst matchup for the Rockets.
That's
possible.
crazy, bro.
If they try to run
That's
that
tough.
small ball shit against them, and they be like, "Oh, you want small ball? Bet." Hey,
It's when James Harden runs a pick and roll, comes around it, sees Pat Bev. Yo, tough. That's tough, bro. That's
You
tough.
legit about to have Pat Bev, Kawhi, PG, Markieff, and fucking Montrez.
Montrez,
Stop
oh
it.
my god.
Oh my,
Stop it.
yo, that's
Stop
tough.
it.
That's tough.
What? You
That
talking
team-
about? Oh, they might upset them, nigga. Yeah, they win one game.
who would be-
Yeah. What?
who do you think would upset them then?
Who
The
will
Clippers,
upset
the
Clippers?
Lakers.
The Lakers will upset them.
That wouldn't be an
Low-key,
upset.
look,
Yeah, that's not
Listen,
upset.
And it
listen.
also wouldn't be
That's
first
not, it's
round.
not,
I'm
it's
not
not,
gonna
it's
lie.
not, it's not, it's not, it's not.
Look. No cap. I can see possibly if any team is going to upset somebody, I would say the Nuggets. I would see the Nuggets upsetting some hires. I would see
They're
the
not.
Nuggets
They're
upsetting
not going to play
somebody.
the Nuggets first round either.
I didn't
saying
say
the first round, but
I'm not saying. I'm not saying upset them, but just upset like the Lakers or them. I can see the Nuggets upsetting somebody.
well, the seeding in the first round is gonna be that can change a lot within the
That's
next
what I'm
7
saying.
games.
Out of
So
the
I
teams-
don't
that's why I said
really know
teams
who's
that they
gonna
could
upset
play.
who. So
Out of the teams that they could play, I'm saying the
Depends
Rockets.
how MPJ plays.
Maybe the.
I
mean,
give
you
the
never
Nuggets a better
know.
chance than the Rockets. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the Nuggets have a
Clippers.
way better. The Nuggets have a formula that can beat any motherfucking team in the West if it goes right. Like if shit goes their way and they get that right swing, it's just clicking. It's gonna be hard to stop that team if they unleash a fucking tall ball lineup. Niggas
Yeah, 'cause-
are ready
'cause
for
the
a
one
tall
thing-
ball lineup.
The one thing about the Clippers that is a weakness for them is their interior defense. Like AD was cooking the fuck out them that first game. So if like they can just post up Jokic or Bol, just size hurts the Clippers if it's played the right way. So
And that's versatile
I give
size.
it-
We're not even talking about
That's
like the
versatile size.
You know
that
what?
they have like normal
Y'all
like
distracted
Mason
me. We were talking
Plumlee
about Zion.
is a pretty solid backup center. So he's going to get some easy chip
I didn't
in
even get to
points.
say
He's
my
going to
shit.
get the hustle points, shit like that. But then you have niggas like Jokic and Bol. You have a nigga like
Bull. Did we
fucking
talk about
Jeremiah or
Bull last
Jakeem Grant, whichever one he is. He's fucking 6'9". They can stretch out to the floor. They have a bunch of size that can fuck with them. So, and not just the Clippers, Lakers too. Lakers have bigs, but it's not like we have versatile bigs. We don't have fucking real versatile bigs. We have like inside paint defending JaVale and Dwight, and then we have AD. Like, if we play the Nuggets, and they'd be like, yeah, you know what? Man, put Jokic at point guard and let Bobo go out there. We gonna be like, what? What we about to
hey,
do?
Danny
next?
Green,
Like,
get on Jokic, bro.
Put Jokic at the one.
There's gonna be a bunch of looking and pointing. Like,
Danny
there's gonna
Green's
be a
better
bunch of
drop
looking and
0
pointing.
on him.
LeBron gonna be like,
That,
JR again? Come on, man. Let's go. Come on.
All right, let's
No
get back
help,
to
no help.
let's get back to Zion,
Back to
bro. Let's
Zion,
get back to
back to
Zion.
Zion.
All
I
right,
got
Justin,
a conspiracy
it's your
theory
turn,
on
bro.
this one. This man,
Uh-oh.
he got hurt in preseason, right? October,
Literally.
right?
Literally
He had
so.
surgery in October, right? He was supposed to
Yes.
be out, 2 months? He comes
I
back in
guess.
January. I think it was 8 weeks or 2 months or something like that.
Yeah, around there.
But not back in games. I mean, back playing. So he was on minute restrictions in January. He's playing full games by the end of the season. The end of the season, I guess. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, in March.
So
Has
why is he
5
back
months to work
why-
out.
Why is he back to minute restrictions? I don't understand.
Me and Bezos was talking about this because when he left the bubble, apparently he went and stuffed his fucking face and just got out of shape again. Like in a matter of 2 weeks, all that 5 months of working out meant nothing. Which honestly, this is where I'm gonna kick it in. Because Justin, I do believe it's a conspiracy theory too. Zion was never in fucking shape. That's what I'm thinking.
I think he hurt his knee again. I think he did.
You think he hurt his knee again?
I think he tweaked it or something.
That makes
sense. After a surgery like that, you can tweak something real bad. Just practice.
That's very possible. He could have fucking tweaked something. I
think they just don't want to say it because everyone's gonna be like, oh, injury prone. Oh, he's not gonna last. So they're just like, oh, I think he did.
You say that.
He probably landed funny.
Personally, I think it's a Sean Kemp situation, man. I think it's just a nigga that can't manage his goddamn food.
You don't get put on minute restrictions because you're thick. You get put on minute restrictions.
Yes, you do. Justin, let me tell you something, bro.
No.
Go do your research and look at Sean.
If you have that much weight on those fucking knees, bro.
Listen.
That's not a
got a game on the line, fourth quarter, and you're going to bench Zion because he's fat? No.
He's only played 15 minutes.
You're going to bench him because he's hurt. You're not going to bench him because he's fat.
He only played 15 minutes. He didn't even play. Okay. He barely played a quarter.
They're not going to be like, oh, if he plays 30 more
shit.
seconds, he's going to break his fat. Yeah.
But if he's fat, that can lead to him getting injured, which they know.
Okay, but 30 seconds of being fat.
He didn't get injured the 15 minutes prior.
So the reason he's on minutes restrictions, I honestly understand from their perspective. Because when Zion left the bubble, he was out for 2 weeks for personal matters, was not working now at all. And then once he came back after those 2 weeks, he had to quarantine for 4 days because of the NBA's policy. So that's nearly 30 weeks that Zion has not worked out or practiced. Right?
Or no?
No, you just in your fucking room. In your room, but that's not really like you're not in game. But you're not really in game.
This is the NBA.
You're not really
they
in
can
game
get him a
shape.
workout.
You can.
They can, but it's not. But it's not like 5-on-5. It's different. But
and how do you know
push-ups in your
how do you know he didn't play?
It doesn't have to be cardio. Just do some shit in the house.
They can put in a fucking elliptical in his room. Like it's the NBA.
You could literally have your own.
He's at Disney World.
Well, first of all, these are hotel rooms. These aren't just fucking luxury suites. Like you niggas seen the room.
And he probably had JaVale below him complaining. Why is Zion running?
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? These niggas
I'm just saying. He was out. He was out of the bubble. He was out of the bubble for 3 weeks.
But you don't know he wasn't playing when he left.
He was out for personal matters. Why would he be
look like he's been playing? Does he look like he's been playing?
Yes.
Only thing like he's been playing is with a fork, nigga.
You know why he's not playing? You know why he's not playing?
He scored 13
He tweaked his knee.
In 15 minutes.
Look, I'm just I'm just saying
you 13 points. Like, bro,
I'm just saying him being on minutes restrictions, there is a reason for that. But him being sat out the last like 3 minutes of the game with that game on the line, I think he should have been in the game.
There's no reason he should be on minutes restrictions just because he didn't work out. If you don't work out, you don't get hurt. That's not how it works. If you don't work out for a couple weeks, you go play basketball. It's not that much, like you're not going to get hurt like that. The chances of you getting hurt aren't that much higher than normal. If you have an injury, which he shouldn't anymore, he shouldn't have an injury anymore. It's been almost a year.
I don't know. I mean, they just said they're trying to recondition him.
You're right.
The only thing that could have happened is he re-injured himself because he's not still injured. There's no way. So he must have re-injured himself.
Was he playing like he was injured?
Or he just ate a lot of shit in those 3 weeks, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Because if you get like 20 pounds within that
one more minute, I'm a boot on the court.
Bro, if you get 20 pounds within that time span,
nigga, he is a trash coach.
Like you trying to lose those 10, 20 pounds back is reconditioning, and you need to be put on minutes restrictions, or else you're gonna break some shit.
And even on minutes restriction, he looked gassed. Like that second game, the nigga was tired.
He was
on minutes restriction.
Bro. Yeah.
Bro, like I was watching,
he didn't even play. He didn't even play all 15 minutes. To say, I think he played 14. He said, "Fuck it,
that's wild, bro. That's wild.
Like he was tired in 15 minutes. But I'm telling you, like the injury thing makes sense. But I'm telling you, they have one minutes restriction because he's out of shape.
Yeah, he played 14.
Yes, you
played
can fucking
15.
And I'm not saying if you score 13 points in 15 minutes, cool. But that doesn't mean you're not out of shape. Like nigga, I remember when I was first getting back into basketball from being out of shape. I played AAU, and nigga, I was dumbass tired, mad early.
He might be out of shape, but he's an NBA player. Like he's not that out of shape.
But still, what I'm saying is, I was still able to put up solid numbers in a little amount of time, but I still would get fucking tired. And you can't have a nigga on the court if he's gassed. especially a 6'6", 300-pound nigga.
But for 30
It's not gonna
seconds, you
work.
can. For 30 seconds at the end of the game when you've been out for 5 minutes, you can.
You can bring him
That's
back
what I'm
in.
questioning.
Yes, you can bring him back in. And like I said, that was a dumb decision. But the
3
reason
minutes,
he's on minutes restriction, that's what I'm arguing is why he's on minutes restriction.
I understand why he's on minute restriction.
I'm not saying that. I get it. Like, it's fucking
They're
retarded
fighting
that
for
you
the
have.
8th spot. That's the only.
you're
That's the
fighting
only
for the
thing.
They're
playoff
not.
spot.
They're not.
Not anymore.
Well,
They're not. They're not fighting for shit.
But in theory,
And
you're
that's why
fighting for
the
the playoff
leftovers.
spot.
You should be fired.
And you
should be
need
fired.
every game.
You should be fucking fired.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't put him in. Now,
That's why I'm saying he must have got injured. That's the only reason I can think
I don't
of.
think it's because he got injured. I
He
think
wasn't
really
playing
think the
like he
coach is
was
that
injured,
stupid?
bro.
You think
He
he's
wasn't
that
playing like he was
stupid?
injured.
Hey, you'd be
Yes.
surprised. You'd be
you
surprised.
would be surprised when niggas doing this league, bro. Yes,
can't.
I think they held him because he was out of shape. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, being in shape matters, especially for a player like that. Zion is someone that he is Shaq's weight, but
On
jumps
a
like
must-win
Jordan.
game. A must-win
Bro,
game.
he is Shaq's weight and jumps like Jordan. You can't just let this nigga loose like that. Like, you can't.
No,
Especially
Justin,
if
but
he's out of
I
shape.
get it. I get it. It's a must-win game. Like, we're literally all agreeing in the last 3 minutes, they should have put him in. But what we're saying is the reason he's on minutes restrictions in the first place, there is a reason for that.
But why don't you think they put him in the last 3 minutes? You're just saying the coach is
That's
stupid?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the coach
Because
is
the
stupid.
coach is incompetent.
That's- yeah.
The coach is incompetent.
I just
That's
have
it.
a hard time believing he's that dumb. Maybe he
Alvin
is. I don't
Gentry.
know.
I think so. Nigga,
He did it his first game in the NBA against the Spurs.
Yeah, but
They
that's
coulda
not a
easily
must
won
win.
that game.
That's not a must-win game.
But it
Plus,
doesn't
he was
matter. It
injured
still
then.
shows-
He was injured
Was
then,
he?
which is what
He
I'm
didn't
saying. He
look
must have got
injured
injured
then
again. He must have
didn't
got
look
injured
injured
again.
then.
He didn't look injured, but he is injured. They're not going to play him while he's in pain. They're trying to prevent him from being in pain. That's the whole point of the minutes
The
restriction.
nigga didn't look
also
injured
trying
at
to
all.
prevent
They're
him.
not going to be like, oh, he looks injured. Now we'll take
They're
him
also
out.
trying
No.
to prevent him from messing up his goddamn knees from having too much weight on them while he's jumping, doing the
Zion's
only
gonna
thing he
end up like
does.
Blake Griffin, nigga. He gonna end up like Blake Griffin. I'm saying it right now.
I wish.
You
not,
think
bro.
so? I don't want to hope. I don't want to put that
don't
on
even wanna-
anybody.
yeah, I don't
I
wanna-
want to put that on him because I want him to be the best he can be because I want to see the
I
best
do
of
too.
Zion.
But the way
So I'm not gonna put that omen on him. Now, how he's being ran, you know what it reminds me of? How his situation is being handled, like Joel Embiid's. Because when Joel Embiid when he first came to the league, he didn't play his first 2 or 3 seasons. Then the season he finally played, he was on a heavy minutes restriction. Shit, he just now got off the minutes restriction like last season or the season before that.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
So it's not fucking foreign for teams to be cautious with their star players, especially when it's a team that needs a new face of the franchise. We've seen it
Especially
with the Sixers.
since it's Zion, bro.
Like we literally
Crazy.
seen this before, and it wasn't. And Joel Embiid was the same situation. He was healthy, but the nigga just wasn't in the best of shape. Like that's been a thing with Joel. Like he's just not in shape. Put him on minutes restriction until he gets in shape. Now he can handle being in games 30 minutes, 35 minutes a game. That's just how they handle it. Now, is it the smartest thing to do? I don't think so. But it's a practice that's been practiced in the NBA. It's been done before. So you can expect to see it.
Dwayne
Next topic.
Casey fired for Nick Nurse. They win a championship. Jason Kidd fired. Mike Budenholzer favored to win the final.
Jason Kidd's not black.
Mark Jackson fired. Steve Kerr.
Jason Kidd's
win
not black.
How many rings?
Wait.
Hey, apparently Lowe
Jason
thinks
Kidd
he is,
is
bro.
light skinned, nigga. He's light skinned.
Jason Kidd is not fucking light skinned.
That nigga is black.
Hey, yo,
Let
time
him
out,
do
time
that.
out. Okay,
That nigga's
let's
black.
go off on a little
Fired.
tangent.
Mike
One of
Budenholzer.
the biggest debates me, Justin, and Tim have is if Fred VanVleet is black. Do y'all think Fred VanVleet is black?
That nigga is white. His
I
name
think
is
he's black.
Fred.
Yes, sir.
I think he's black.
His
I think
last
he's
name
black.
I think he's
Van
black.
Fleet.
Fred
What the
VanVleet
fuck?
is white.
I think he's black, bro.
He's white, bro.
He's black.
White.
Look at the color of his skin. That's
Dom,
all you have to do.
Dom, like I thought it was obvious, right?
It's white.
Dom, I
Fred
thought it was
VanVleet
obvious,
is
right?
Black? He's black, but Jason Kidd is white, nigga?
But okay,
What is that?
do you think Jason Kidd is black?
Yes.
Okay, then. So you should think Fred VanVleet is black.
That nigga is white, bro. His name is
Why?
Fred. His name is Fred.
Jason's
VanVleet.
name is Jason.
His name's Fred.
How many black Van Fleets do you know?
What about
Stop,
Jason
stop.
Derulo?
How?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Jason Richardson. Oh, that's tough.
That's real tough.
That's tough.
Miso's next
you
topic.
said
Jason Richardson, dark.
Who
as
said
gold.
Jason Kidd is
That's all
black? Who said Jason Kidd is black?
That nigga said Jason. Oh my god, please. They fire black coaches, they hire white coaches, and they win rings, nigga. That is the point. They're going to fire Alvin Gentry, probably hire, I don't know, who's a decent white coach. I don't fucking know.
I'm pretty sure Luke Walton ain't gonna have a job after this season.
John Calipari from college. Bring that nigga on. That nigga just starts winning NBA rings. Oh, John Calipari is one of the greatest. Fuck out of here. Miso's next topic. I'm done with this shit.
We got to talk about the Celtics Bucks game.
Celtics Bucks.
We got to give that one a spin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Celtics,
my nigga
Bucks,
Giannis.
man.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
not gonna
Celtics
lie.
Bucks happened second day, and the Bucks won in
I'm not gonna lie, the
pretty
Bucks bench
dramatic
is
fashion.
better.
But
The Bucks bench is better. They're better than the Sixers bench. I'm sorry. They're
Oh, I wonder who told you that.
yeah. Shut up.
Nigga came here.
Yeah, I
We
was
got
Give
full
credit.
kinds court miles. Like what the fuck?
Give him credit.
Don't forget Glenn Robinson, Shake Milton.
oh
Niggas
shit, I
started
forgot
off
about
with
Glenn
court
Robinson.
smiles, and Glenn Robinson was like, we got a bench. We got Glenn and Frank and,
But
and fucking Porkon or whatever the fuck his name
not play
is.
the second half of that
Matisse Thybulle.
Kemba is also in minutes restrictions.
game? I didn't remember seeing him at all the second half, but I also didn't watch the full game all the way through.
Kemba didn't play the last quarter of today's game too, because he's on
didn't?
minutes restrictions. Yeah.
I didn't watch the last
Bro,
quarter.
I
I
didn't
only
even-
watched the first half of today's game.
I watched the Celtics game today. I didn't even recognize Kemba because he has hair. Like he has more hair than usual. I'm like,
Yeah.
who the fuck? I'm like, did Watermaker?
You know who doesn't have hair? You know who doesn't
Oh,
have
no,
hair?
that's Kemba.
Playoff Tatum. Jason
Playoff
Tatum,
Tatum.
actually.
Hey, Jay
Jason
Critch Tatum. Rest in peace to Jay Critch Tatum.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum is back. But yeah, that Bucks game was very fun. The
Bro,
That was a
Giannis
fun
looking
game.
like
that game was
Giannis.
not fun.
You don't think it was fun?
The end,
You're bugging. You're bugging. Nah. That
I
game
just
was-
felt like
It's stressful
I feel
as
like
fucking furious.
a
Celtics
close
fan,
game. A close game is entertaining, but when it's
there
just
was no
foul,
other game
foul,
that
foul,
day.
foul,
What other game
foul,
was there that
foul.
day, bro?
What are you talking about?
There was like no other. What other
It was
game
like
was there?
5 games that day.
Yesterday?
No,
What are you talking
that
about?
I actually care about. No, that I actually care about. Wasn't that Mavs?
The
Rockets?
Mavs? Yeah.
Yeah, that was
didn't care about that
that was
game?
That was the only game. That was the only game. I think that was it.
The
Anyway,
Jazz.
so like
Another
I
team
was
that got
saying,
upset people. I forgot about them.
I just felt like it was a lot. It was just a lot of fouls. I was kind of.
This was a
I
really-
honestly didn't
really
want to
fun
watch
game.
it. I was so bored. I was so.
I mean, but
bored.
that's like every game. That's like
And
every,
then, and not
every
only
game
was
so
it
far is
foul,
about
it was
foul.
just replay after replay after. Like I was not there for it. I was.
Yeah.
My ADHD went sicko mode. I wasn't ready. I was.
Yeah, it is a bunch of bad defense being played. Like it is a lot of motherfuckers fouling. That is something I noticed, and it's kind of like come on. But a lot of these fouls is like pussy fouls, and I don't like it. I don't like
and,
that shit.
And then they got to
Like, bro.
replay it to see if it even was a foul for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and then turns
I'm like, bro,
there's a
like,
whistle
my
for
God.
nothing. Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
game
my
wasn't
God, just call it
entertaining,
like
honestly.
playoff basketball. Like, get everybody ready to go into the playoff. Call everything like playoff basketball. Let it be physicality. There are no fucking fans here. There's nobody that's going to threaten the refs'
Literally,
lives.
bro.
It's just
Literally.
players and coaches. Like, it's literally just players and coaches. Like, you can call this like grown man basketball. There are not fucking thousands of people that you're sweating to make the
I was
basketball.
so pressured at the fucking
Like, bro.
Microsoft screen. So
Like, bro, just call the game like the NBA. This is the best league in the world.
Antetokounmpo
Let them
himself
play
had,
a
what, 8
little more
fouls?
fucking physical.
Yeah.
yeah, Giannis should have been
weird.
fouled out.
It's like
nigga.
foul call.
He should have been
Foul
fouled
call.
out.
Giannis.
He should have
Giannis
got
should have
fouled
been
out.
fouled out. He should.
Yeah,
he
Hey man, when you
They had to
when you the
review-
MVP, bro,
should have been fouled.
you get different calls, man. You get different treatment when you get MVPs, bro.
I think he should have fouled out on that one against who was it? Tice, did he like need him in the balls? Did you? That was early, maybe a few minutes
I think
earlier.
it was the other one. For me, it was the other one that she got fouled.
But
out.
the thing is, they blew the whistle, play stopped, and then they just gave the ball back to the Celtics.
yeah, that
Like,
should be a
what-
personal foul though. It should be.
Yeah, like
No,
why'd
because
you blow the
okay, yeah,
whistle?
on that one,
I didn't understand.
on that one, they blew the whistle, called it a flagrant,
Why?
right? They called it as a flagrant.
They called it a
originally.
flagrant and then decided it was nothing.
Okay, time out. So they called it as a flagrant. They went to the booth to review it, reviewing it as if it was a flagrant or not, and they decided that it wasn't malicious intent. So they
So
said
then
it
it's just a
wasn't
regular
flagrant.
foul.
So
It's
it's
But
just
personal foul.
apparently, if you review something, if you review a flagrant and you come to the conclusion that it's not, you can't just go one step down and say, "Oh, it's a personal foul."
Why?
What?
That's
Like,
some
you're
bullshit.
called-
because you're
because
technically
you're reviewing
reviewing
the
it if it's a
play.
flagrant or
the
not.
Giannis
Yeah.
rule right there.
You can't
That's some
change.
bullshit.
No,
Because
but
if
the
they
first
reviewed it
time-
for a personal foul, the outcome would have been different. But since they reviewed it for a flagrant foul, and they came to the conclusion that it's not,
then it should just be a personal foul. He
That's
literally labeled him in the
foul.
flagrant or not, it's a foul.
Okay, no. First of all, niggas, read your goddamn NBA handbooks. Okay, that is
Ain't
a
nobody
clear
reading that
rule.
shit.
That there is it's clearly a rule that was introduced with the challenge system. If you challenge a play, you are challenging that play. You
It
can't
wasn't
go
challenged.
in.
It wasn't challenged.
Not even if a team challenge. If the refs challenge, if it's reviewed,
The
anything
ref
like that,
challenged
that's still.
themselves.
If a ref reviews a play, that's still technically challenging the play. Like you're still trying
I'm not
to
saying
overcall
they,
something.
I'm not saying they enforced the rule wrong. I'm saying it's a stupid
No,
rule.
I'm just saying how that rule is written. Like if you go to review something,
It's
if
retarded.
you go to challenge something, you're challenging exactly what you're going in for. Just like with football. Whatever you go in for, that's what you're calling. You can't just go in there and then come
But
out with a
nobody
different
challenged
outcome than what it
anything.
was.
But then
Like,
they say repeat 30
No,
down.
that's
repeat
just
second down.
anything-
the refs did it.
Yeah, that's just anything where you have to
Anything
review
that's getting
anything.
reviewed.
Yeah.
Now, I'm saying challenge was a bad terminology.
So they should have just
reviewing
called
anything.
so if
reviewing
they had
a
just
call,
called a personal foul on the floor, it would have stood as personal. So they
yes,
made
if
the
they
wrong
would have
call.
called,
And
yeah,
and
basically.
they
Yeah,
just
so
made
if
the
they,
wrong
if they
call.
were like, they're like, oh, whistle, personal foul, let's review it. If they came
Or
to the
just not
conclusion that was a
review it.
personal foul,
right? So it's pretty
Yeah,
much
I
the
don't
refs
know.
fucked that up.
Well,
'Cause
the
I
only
think-
reason they
think-
reviewed is because they called it flagrant because they had to find
Yeah.
out, like Diesel says, if it's
The
malicious.
team has no control what type of foul they call.
No one has
Tice can't
control
just
what
stand
foul
up and
you
be like,
call.
no, personal. That's a personal. That's a personal. Review
Nigga, there
this
was a
Who's saying-
stoppage of
He
play
can't
for
do
that.
No one, but that's on the refs. And the refs,
That's what I'm
at
saying.
time,
The
ref
outcome of the
made a
game
play.
is because the refs made the wrong call.
But if
But
the
I
refs see
feel-
a play
I feel like
and it
if
looks
they
like a
didn't-
flagrant, then what do you want them to call? If this looks like it's
a
supposed to be flagrant.
personal. That's what I'm saying.
It is a personal.
But if
it's
it
a
looks,
personal.
but if it
It's a
looks like
personal.
a flagrant, you call it flagrant.
It didn't
But
look
if
like a
it-
flagrant. It looked like a personal.
If
They
it
called the
didn't look
wrong
like-
call.
Nigga,
If it
might
didn't
not
look like a flagrant,
to
if it
you,
didn't look
you're
like a
not an
flagrant,
official.
then why'd it be
I watched the
overturned as a
entire
flagrant?
game. That was a personal foul.
That was a personal foul.
If it didn't
That was
look
a
like
personal
flagrant,
foul.
You're not a
There's really no
professional
way around
official,
it.
Wardu. How do you?
If
You don't know
if
what
it wasn't a
flagrant's
personal
supposed to
foul,
look
then
like.
why was there a stoppage of play if it wasn't a personal foul?
Because they called it
a flagrant.
foul.
But what I'm
Like,
saying is,
what
if
are we talking
you
about?
think it might have been a flagrant, it's at least a personal foul.
But that's not what
That's
they
all
call.
I'm
They
saying.
That's
call
not
it
the rule.
And I know that's
Jesus
not
Christ.
the rule.
I know it's not
I know
the
it's
rule.
not the rule.
I'm saying it needs to be fixed.
It
It doesn't
should
need to be fixed. No,
It does need to be
shouldn't.
fixed.
No, it
Thank
shouldn't.
you.
should it? I don't think so. I don't think so.
So you're saying there
I
should
don't
be
think
no
so.
foul on that play?
That's the
No,
stupidest
you're
rule
saying there
ever.
should be no
I didn't know
foul
that
on
was
that
a
play
rule,
at all.
bro.
Listen,
I did not know that was a rule.
Because you give the refs more power than they already have.
They can go.
That
into
gives
a
No,
that gives
that's
way for
reviewed.
leniency
It's
for the
everything.
refs.
It's
What?
reviewed. The refs don't make it.
Okay,
ref-
what about
but
what
still.
about this? If it's a personal foul, if it's actually a personal foul, and they go to the review booth and they see that it's actually a flagrant foul, and you give them the power to one up the foul.
No, I'm saying go down.
Not even that. If you say
I'm
someone
saying that's
called-
fair
say-
too.
No,
That's
no,
just me.
Say no.
Nigga,
Say
review
there
it and
is
call
a-
the right call, period.
Look, say that there is a flagrant call. Say someone calls a flagrant foul, just like the incident last night. Call the flagrant call. They go to review it. They go and say, "Oh, wait, Giannis took an extra step. No call at all. There's a goddamn travel. Hold it." Like, nigga, no, that's not why we went to
Yeah.
review. We went to review for a foul, and you're coming out saying travel or double dribble. Like, that's terrible. That is terrible. I don't want to be in that world.
Yeah,
That's
man,
horrible.
no. Yeah, no.
I'm just saying if you review something for a flagrant foul and decide it's not a flagrant foul, you should be able to say, okay, well then it's a personal foul. That's all I'm saying.
Because you
Okay,
stopped.
I
I'm not
think-
saying add travel.
if they
double
if they
dribbles.
amended the rule for that specific situation,
Like they can do it. They can do a flagrant one and flagrant two. Oh, that's not a flagrant two. Then it's a flagrant one. Why can't they do it with personal fouls?
Bro?
Yeah.
Can't do
So
that.
did they not
That
give,
makes sense.
So they didn't give the Celtics a team foul. I mean, they didn't give them a
He should
team
have
foul or
fouled out
nothing.
right there. Yeah,
They didn't give
They
like
just gave
the
him the
Bucks a
ball.
team foul or nothing.
No,
Yeah, no,
They just-
because they concluded that it wasn't a flagrant. It wasn't a flagrant, and nothing happened.
But they gave the Celtics the ball back, right?
No.
yeah,
No.
I think they did.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
They did. Yeah, they did, but it was no call.
And then there was
And then-
another call too. That
And then he
shit-
fouled out again, and then he unfouled out.
They didn't
again.
call it on Giannis though. They called it on what's it called Rick Lopez. I mean,
Honestly, just the fact Jason Tatum shot 2 for 18 that game. Kemba was on minutes restrictions. The fact that we only really lost by like one possession and was in that game that much. I mean, I was happy as a Celtics fan. But I did see a chink in the Bucks armor.
A what?
A chink. A chink. Pun intended.
Go Bells, go Bells.
Badass. But the because if you watch the Bucks on the pick and roll, what they do is, you know how most teams switch the pick and roll, right? Mm-hmm. What they do is they have Robin Lopez drop so that he can cover either the pick and roll ball handler or the pick and roll guy. Mm-hmm. So the weakness in that is if you have a team that has 4 players that can shoot off the dribble in the mid range, that's a fucking weakness for the Bucks, and the Celtics took advantage of that. So that's gonna work against teams like, you can even say the Raptors, because Fred VanVleet, they got Kyle Lowry, they got Siakam, but they're not really that deadly off the mid range. But when you got Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward, and Jaylen Brown hitting those midi pull ups, that's dangerous for the Bucks, and even the Clippers. But for the Lakers, I don't know about the midi pull ups with the Lakers. But.
Unless AD's taking them.
Which is
unless
not a good thing.
Which that's coming off of a face off the post. Like, it's not even coming off of play.
Yeah. So the Bucks have a defense that's like good for most teams, which is why they're so dominant. But specifically against the Celtics, I think they found a little weakness in their defense.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Just a little X's and O's analysis right there.
Wasn't looking that deep into the game, if I'm being honest.
Scout souls, okay.
Scout with Brian, you know what I'm saying?
That nigga trash. Fuck that nigga. Fuck
yeah,
Fredo.
do y'all have fuck Fredo. Y'all have anything else to talk about?
Fredo no chicken.
Any games? Y'all looking forward to?
I didn't see any other games.
Nah, man. Shouts out to John Morant. He's playing well, playing pretty good.
Even though he's losing, yep.
Yeah, he is, but
he's still got the spot.
The fact that they're not gonna have that spot for long. If they keep this shit up, they ain't gonna have that spot for long.
Well, they got 6.
Yeah. The fact that the Spurs really might fucking take the fucking 8th seed.
Yo, I swear to God, if we get the Spurs versus Lakers,
Popovich ain't going out without a fight, baby.
And the thing about the Spurs and Blazers,
be a tough one. DeJounte Murray,
they haven't played the same number of games.
No, it's not, bro. So that's
the Blazers are back half a game. So imagine they're in 10th place at the end of the season by half a game just because the season got canceled. Imagine if they had played their extra game. Because they're what? I think the Spurs have played one more game than them, during the regular season.
Yeah.
So there's going to be they're going to end with half games back and stuff like that. So if they lose the playoff spot by a half spot, they could.
I mean, if Dame just did more throughout the season, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that's just me being the Dame hater that I am.
But don't sleep on Dame though.
And Dame puts Westbrook out the playoffs, and everybody dubs him a superstar. Now this nigga's fighting for the goddamn 7th and 8th seed. I don't know. The way
he's point guard Melo. He's point guard Melo. Let's not do that.
Every year there's way too much conversation about the 8th seed, bro. I'm not gonna. Same thing with Rookie of the Year. Who cares?
Who cares? Why does it matter?
The last time the 8th seed really made some noise in the playoffs was the fucking Knicks in '99, and the Grizzlies, but they don't make it past the second round.
Good year.
Exactly.
Good year.
He's coming back. Good year.
I existed.
It was literally the year between Jordan retiring and Kobe and the Lakers dominating, and Tim Duncan won a championship against Latrell Sprewell. Well, I can't even say their fucking name. But that year just didn't matter. Playoff.
That was a lockout
bro.
season, right?
Yeah, that was a lockout season too. That season, just no one cares about that season, which is crazy.
Russell Westbrook, can you please wear your mask?
Everyone cares about the 8 seed because what are we going to argue about? Who's going to get the 3 seed? If they don't get the 3 seed, they get the 4 seed. It doesn't
They got to create some narratives, man. Just like they created a narrative that
argue about.
It's good podcast.
Just like they created
topics.
a narrative that fucking Zion was in shape. I'm mad the media really.
That's crazy, bro. We really got catfish. We really got catfish.
James Harden was looking slim as hell. Did you see that picture of him?
Still thick, boy.
Oh yeah, Moses Harden taking that fucking hike.
He's back to thickums, bro.
Oh, Moses Harden's
back to thing.
Niggas done pulled up to the bubble and put on 20 pounds. Damn.
They were sitting there.
The only guy who dead ass. The only guy who actually made a physical change was Jokic, because you can actually see that change. But for Harden and Zion, we got catfish with the angles.
Like hell, them niggas was reaching, boy. Especially Zion. When I seen Zion, I was like, bro, are you fucking serious? This is the nigga I said was in shape? What the fuck happened in them 2 weeks?
Yeah.
That nigga went on a Thanksgiving hiatus them 2 weeks. Like, that nigga ate everything during them 2 weeks. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's crazy, man.
Westbrook, if you're gonna wear your mask,
Disney
wear it the right way. Wear it the right way, bro. I'm tired of this
What
man.
happened with Westbrook?
This man, I'm watching
he didn't have it over his nose
right now. This nigga don't. If you gonna wear the mask, put it on your. Cover your nose, my nigga. What are you doing, bro? Just take the mask off, nigga. What are you doing? You like a NASCAR driver with this damn hat on too, nigga. Then don't wear the mask, nigga. Not everyone wears the mask. No, you don't.
He wasn't.
You don't for an interview.
Yeah,
you don't. No.
I might have said everybody I seen getting interviewed had to wear the mask.
I feel like you
just because they're wearing it doesn't mean they have to wear it.
Harden didn't.
If everyone wears it, I think you have to wear it. Yeah.
Maybe they just don't want to get sick and they don't have to.
Why? If you just sat and played a whole damn basketball game, why do you want something over your face?
So they don't get sick. That's the whole point of the mask.
The point of it being a rule that you wear the mask. Why they have to? So they
might not have to. Just everyone wears it because they don't want to get sick. That's what I'm saying.
Who didn't wear the mask? Who didn't wear it?
Russell.
During the interview, I'm saying.
If y'all niggas would listen, I just said Harden didn't wear the mask.
He did just say Harden didn't wear the mask.
He really did.
I didn't hear it.
In the same post-game interview, he didn't wear the mask. LeBron James had the mask on his ear and took it off and didn't wear it for the entire interview. LeBron
James.
Whoa,
no one has to wear it, nigga.
Okay, so what's the problem with Russ then?
Don't get mad at me.
Wait, what's the problem with Russ?
But not over his nose. That's what he's saying.
Who cares?
I'm wearing my mask now.
Wear it or don't wear it.
Oh, so you're just mad at Russ for half-assing it?
Yeah, pretty much.
So either put it on all.
If you're gonna wear the mask, you wear it right, boy. You wear that mask and you wear it proud. You're an American.
That's my worst nightmare.
He's looking like Blue
Shut up and dribble, you. Shut up and dribble.
Your blue face ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking like a Jabberwocky right now, bro. Crazy. All right, man. Let's close it up like a condom.
We can wrap it.
The
Wrap it up like a condom.
Just came on too. Yep.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up, man.
Why is there other games? What do we got?
Of course, there's other games. Come on.
Wait, didn't also Jaylen Brown get fined $15,000?
Marcus Smart got fined.
For what?
For what?
Just saying. Because he said that comments about the refs. He was like the refs didn't want to.
He pretty much said the refs stink and they got barred. I didn't know you could get fined for saying the refs suck.
Yeah,
you can get hella fined.
You didn't know that?
You get hella fined.
Yeah, you can't do that, man.
Nigga, you talk about the
one thing I'm gonna
league
miss.
That's doing.
You cheap out the Celtics. You fine them. Those fans, if they were playing in like with actual fans, they come back play a series against the Bucks. They would be ruthless. You know that.
They would have been ruthless that night. Niggas have been throwing shit on the court.
Well, no, they weren't home that night. I don't think.
Oh, they weren't.
Hey, yo, do y'all know? Hey, Dom, do you know Joe Knows?
Yeah,
I think he does.
Joe
I
Jonas?
think he does 2K.
Joe Jonas, one of the bros.
I think he's reacting to my 50 all time on his React channel.
Flight was better.
And that's what's up. Joe Knows is lit. Joe Knows is
What's his name?
Joe Knows. Shout out Joe Knows.
Joe Knows.
Shout out Joe Knows. Wait, let's get him as a guest. Yo,
2K
Joe Knows.
nigga.
If you
He doesn't even know me.
He
He's
doesn't
just
know
watching
you.
the video.
Yeah,
He's seen
other.
other reactors getting a lot of clout from your list. I ain't gonna say names.
I did see a lot of people reacting to my list. I'm not gonna lie. Like I didn't expect that. Like I just typed it in, but it wasn't just that one person.
What time is it? Yeah, so we got.
Oh, of course, it wasn't just that one person, but I mean, he was the first one to do it.
Trendsetter.
He got ahead of the power curve. He did that shit first. Think about how long ago that shit was. You found out he reacted to it, and people are still just now doing it. Like, come on, he's seen it.
Rusty,
he knew what was
didn't
coming.
Rusty just do a top 50?
Rusty did do a top 50. He did that shit. Off
Shout
the
out
dome.
Rusty. He did.
Shout out Rusty.
Was that a was that a 2K talk?
script.
Was that a 2K talk?
It wasn't. It was a talk. No 2K, but
Talk with no 2K.
No 2K.
It was just like, yo, here's my top 50 right now. I'm gonna sit down and have a talk with you.
Think of 50 players. That must be the hardest shit to do to really do a top.
No,
50
he
off the
had a
dome.
list. He had a list.
Oh, yeah, I did already.
He
I thought
just didn't have a
sat
script.
down and did it. I'm about to say
No, he
that's
just
the
didn't have a
tough
script.
shit right
It took
there.
like 30 minutes. But
It was like KD, Steph Curry, LeBron. He just listed them out and didn't say anything.
No, it's even harder if you start at 50. You be like, so at 50, we're gonna
Starting at the
guess
bottom.
Kyle Lowry, like,
Kyle Kuzma.
Like, you start the bar like real medium. Yeah.
crazy. All right, man. It was a good episode today. We actually had a NBA to talk about. Thank God.
Finally.
You know? Can't rely on these
About
guests to
damn
carry
time.
the numbers. Actually got topics to clickbait with. Holy shit. But what is this, episode 11?
You better get a chonker picture of Zion for the thumbnail.
Is it episode
Chonker
11? Or-
Yeah, it's 11.
I'm about to say because Bezos, them the titles of the last few pods, man. A1 clickbait. I love it. It was very clickable titles, man. Very clickable titles. I loved it.
The titles or the thumbnails?
Titles.
Both.
Thumbnails always fire, but the titles, muy caliente. I love it. It was
Just gotta get
lovely.
my Joe Budden bag, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would Joe Budden
That
title this pod?
What would make niggas click it?
That is.
Kenny
oh, yeah.
behind the scenes, like
Kenny behind the scenes. Backstage
behind the
pass.
scenes.
Exclusive Quavo interview.
Gone
where it all
wrong.
began with
Gone
SPC.
wrong.
Like,
Gone sexual.
No.
oh man,
All right, man. Let's do outros, man. Wordu, you can start it off.
See
Hey
you,
man,
Chiefs.
you know what I'm saying? First things first, go stream me and my man Young Damo's song, you know what I'm saying? Doing the most. When I'm on the road,
That's a good one.
switching lanes.
hey,
Now you gonna
I'm
buy the
saying?
views.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Instagram. Add me on Instagram, at Word of the Dude. Add me on Twitter, at Word of the Dude. Add me on Snapchat, CO Chief Ski. Follow me on SoundCloud, Alex Ward Dude. And also, you know what I'm saying, on my channel, Wordu's World, you know what I'm saying? Go check out my new video on the Utah Jazz Pelicans game. It was some fuckery going on there. Alvin Gentry, you're going to get fired for Calipari. Believe me, believe that. Thank you guys.
Believe
That's
me.
6 plugs.
Believe that.
6
Believe
plugs.
me. Believe that.
That should be your fucking outro, bro. for your Wordu's World video. Believe me, believe that. We'll see you next time.
Believe land.
Believe me, believe that. We'll see you next time.
Believe
guys.
me, believe
I'm
that.
out.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Like, comment, subscribe. News World. And then he's got a little jingle and an animation.
One of his fucking songs just plays on some flight shit when his song plays.
Yeah, it's like the
Doing
end of
the
the
most.
much steak videos when it plays some random ass song.
Hey, we're gonna react to Wordu's music video next pod, bro. I'll put it on.
It's a
the
music
topic
video?
list. There's a
He got
music
a
video.
music video,
Man,
yeah, man.
man was making it rain in the laundromat, bro. Crazy, crazy.
God.
Dom, go ahead and say goodbye to the people.
All right, people. I'm glad y'all enjoyed. I hope everybody's happy that basketball is back. Hope y'all pay attention to these games and get ready for playoffs. Follow me on Twitter at DomChurch1. And what's up to the channel, DomChurch97. Check out my reactions. I got a lot more on the way that I've been cooking up. I'm just going to drop all these bitches at once, too. But yeah, thank you. Believe this, believe that. Whatever word you say.
Cat ass.
All right, Justin. Say
All
goodbye
right,
to the
GG
people.
boys. Thanks for coming
GG.
out this week. Next week, we're going to have even more. We're going to watch this video. Believe me. Believe that.
Believe us, believe that, and we out.